going to be a Jet for long term.
Yeah.
I see a smile on your face. What was that
man.
moment like for you?
I mean, it's a blessing, because it's always bigger than money when it comes to me. Like, I want to leave a great legacy, on the next generation. And I'm young, and, for my family just to be, like, set up, that's just a blessing. And it just allows me to focus on football even more and just, focus on being the leader that I know I can be and leaving a legacy that, I want to leave.
When you talk about leaving a legacy, what does that legacy look like for you?
I mean, I want to be the best to ever do it. Like, so everything that pertains to that, like, me leading on and off the field, me making plays on the field, me winning. Like, them individual accolades came and, their blessings and all the All-Pros, Pro Bowls, and Defensive Rookie of the Year. But, like, if I'm not, like, winning, then it's like, it's not that big of a deal. When you winning, everything just seems much better.
When did you know you wanted to be a Jet long term? I mean, obviously they drafted you, but there's been so many ups and downs, and you talk about winning. Was there a moment where you're like, you know what, I do want to be here. I want to be.
I mean, my rookie year, when I first got drafted there, like when I first got drafted here, I knew about the playoff drought. I knew about all of those type of things, and I went to Cincinnati, not the biggest school, and we found a way to go to the college football playoffs. So it's just like I love situations like these where, I'm put in a position to just make history, so, yeah.
You're in a pretty cool situation now. You're being coached by a guy who was an all-pro cornerback for the Jets.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing, and he always on me. Like, he never let me get complacent. He always stay on me, make sure I'm working. So, it's just a blessing. I was able to watch his tape.
What did you see when you watched this tape?
Man, like he's a player that's going to pose his will, on his opponents. And, he always going to keep fighting. And he was a ball hawk as well. So, just all those cool things that I want to be as a player. So, it's great to be able to get coached by somebody like him. And, one thing about it, he's a player's coach because he sat in those chairs, the same chairs we sat in. But he's a coach that's going to be on you, and he's going to demand a lot out of you. He's going to hold you accountable. So, you got different types of player coaches. You got player coaches that says all nice. You got player coaches that understand from the player perspective, but they're going to coach the hell out of you. So, that's him.
I was going to say, what do you like that type of coach?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Me, I'm somebody that's never going to get complacent, but when you have early success, it's always great to have coaches that's going to stay on you, and not let that happen. So, yeah.
What's the best advice he's given you so far? Because I'm assuming you like to pick his brain, and I mean, he's been here. He was you.
I mean, for me as a person, he told me, like, I'm going to get critiqued for everything, because of my stature, what I've accomplished in the league, like who I am, and most importantly, where I'm playing. So, that's just one thing that I, like, knew, but when he said it, I'm like, he's somebody that sat in the same seats as me, and he's telling me that, so, I'm ready for everything that come with it, and I know I'm a ball. I know I'm going to do my thing. I know I'm going to be the guy that I know I could be for my teammates, for the organization, and there's going to be a lot of hate and a lot of, like, stuff that come with it, but, I'm ready for all of it.
You watch practice and you can see a little more intensity and you can see a little more detail-oriented. What do you notice in these practices? What are you taking from these practices, an Aaron Glenn practice?
Man, they're very physical. We even got some periods where we go live. Like, there was a play today where I had closed space, and Brees was running straight, and I came from the side, and I didn't, like, we were studding. I didn't thud him. And my coach is like, oh, you holding the lantern? Oh, you want to? And I'm like, Coach, if I would have hit him, like, if I would have thudded him, I would have tackled him. And they like, hey, it is what it is. So, just them. And mind you, those are Coach Harris and Coach Blah. Those are two coaches that also played in the league. So, them just having that dog mentality, like, I just love things like that. And, the competitive spirit, like, we out there doing one-on-ones. We never did one-on-ones since I first got here. It used to be 7-on-7 man coverage, which was, like, the same in it. I think it was kind of more realistic, but, doing one-on-ones where you're getting realistic routes from receivers, that's like comp right there, So.
When you look at the DB room, it's different than last year. DJ's not there.
Yep.
What do you see and what's the feeling there?
Man, great energy, great vibes. I miss my dog DJ, but, my dog B. Steve, he doing his thing, He was telling me earlier today, he like, yeah, Sauce, they going to come at me. And I'm like, I don't know why they're going to come at you like you him. You know what I'm saying? Just always being that guy. Cisco doing his thing, TA doing his thing, and the rookies, like all of them are listening. And, you know, it's just great to be in a room like that that's just so positive. Everybody want to, you know, continue to learn, continue to get better, you know, and include me, man. I got coaches around me that want me to be, like, perfect. And like I said earlier, there's no such thing as perfect. So if they push me to be perfect, like I know that's a great thing.
What's your advice you give these rookies? Because, again, you're kind of an old vet now. Sauce, you're the guy.
Man, I hate thinking like that. But they be talking to me, I'll just be catching myself sometimes. Like, when I walk away from talking to them, like, bro, they really asking me stuff. I'm really talking to them like I've been in the league for a little minute.
You have,
but
though.
I guess I have. But, man, I just tell them to keep working. Like, Jordan Clark, he had a couple plays that he didn't like early on, and I just told him, like, you know, keep going. Like, you're going to get your opportunity. You got to, hey, it's about what you do when you get that next opportunity. You know, because you don't want to, as a corner, you don't want to be looking through the rearview mirror, you know. Everything got to be straightforward. So, you know, I remember we started to move the ball period. He was in, he forced a turnover. You know, so it's just things like that, just me telling him to just keep going, you know. And off the field, just keep taking care of your body, you know, keep watching tape on yourself as well, seeing how you can get better. You know, that's one thing about me. I used to hate watching tape on myself. Like, the good plays, the bad plays, I used to hate it because it's like, man, what do I need to get better at? Okay, that's what I want to get better at. But it's like now I got more used to watching myself. And, yeah, when I see them bad plays for me, even if the ball not come my way, I'm like, man, like, but that's accountability, that's responsibility, and that's understanding, like, what you got to do and what you want to do.
A couple years ago, I talked to you out here, and you were getting your degree in your off season. What do you do? What'd you do this off season?
I traveled a little bit. You know, I went to Paris, Germany, Italy.
How was that?
It was cool. I was training while I was out there still, but you know, it was
You're allowed
cool.
to have some off season.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
I've never been. So my first time going out the country was when we played the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not really out of the country guy, but
You made up for it this summer, though.
yeah, there were some things in play where, like, it just so happened for me to be going to those spots. You know, yeah, like that was a great opportunity for me, great experience for me. You know, it helped my mental. You know, sometimes you just need to just see new things and stuff like that. So when you return back to training camp, which is supposed to kind of affect your mental in not a great way, you know, you're still mentally there. And, you know, I feel like all of those little things like that has helped me at the start of training camp.
Very cool. Are you recognized when you were there?
Oh, yeah, I was.
Were you?
They was recognizing me. I was training. This one guy just kept looking at me. I'm on the phone. I'm like, bro, it's this guy that just keeps looking at me. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, like, if he can just tell, like, I'm not from here. Or, then he came up to me, he was like, oh, you supposed Gardner? He used to have his little accent. And I got to talking. I'm like, we. Like, I was speaking French a little bit because I took French in high school.
Look at that, okay.
And then he went to saying some stuff I couldn't understand. And I'm like, all right, I can't, I'm not that fluent. But, yeah, he was a guy that, like, sold clothes and things like that. So, yeah.
Is that pretty cool for you? I mean, you're in a different country, and they knew you were Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, man. Never could dream of something like that, you know. It's pretty cool, but the things that I do out here on the field is what allows for things like that to happen.
Well, appreciate you, Sauce.
Thank you so much.